Hello, Pisces. How are you? Welcome. I hope you are doing very, very well. Pisces, let's see what your energies are like right now so you can use them to your advantage and see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you and don't dismiss the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, rising sign, moon, or Venus in Pisces. Pisces, if you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to the email shown on the screen, and I will send you all the information you need. And just a heads up, 3 phone lines have been activated for Argentina, Spain, and the rest of the world, where you will be able to contact a tarot team 24 hours a day. You will be able to communicate with my team of tarot readers who will be answering all your questions instantly. So let's channel a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, let's see how all this begins. Here we have the Fool and we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. Over here we have Temperance. Pisces, all right? Firm decisions that you are making, and I feel that you are at a moment where, let's see, there's something that has changed in your mindset right now, in your way of seeing life. I feel like you're encouraging yourself to cut ties with situations from the past, right? I mean, I don't want to keep carrying this situation anymore. I don't want to keep carrying this pattern anymore. In some cases, the past can symbolize connections, relationships. But I feel like you're at a new beginning, Pisces. You are at a moment, Pisces, where you are starting to express yourself in a different way, where you're not holding yourself back. I mean, you're not keeping things to yourself. You're observing a lot. You're seeing a lot around you. And I feel like even you might be surprised by how you might act, right? Like, I'm going to say that to that person. I'm going to tell them. I've thought about it, and I'm going to tell them. It's like I feel you're so confident in what you say. Your word has power right now. Your power to speak. And that's why I say that many people, especially people who have known you for a long time, people from your past, they're going to say, what happened to Pisces that they've changed so much? There really is a change. But this change has been very favorable for you. It's a healing change. It's a purifying change. I feel like you've shed a lot of layers. You've gotten rid of a lot of energy that didn't vibe with you, right? And you're starting to align yourself with something new, with a new version of yourself. And that's what makes you unique, original, and also gives you this courage, right? To express yourself in this way. So something has happened in your mind. Something is happening in your mind, in your thoughts, in your beliefs. It's not about completely eradicating the past here. It's about taking the best from it. The best from that past, and start building something new. I think you guys are healing, right? From the inside out, in every sense. On an emotional and spiritual level, above all, a lot of things are changing. You are choosing, picking what's best for you. From the ones that aren't, this is like a filter. Also, this filter can be connected to environments, right? Social environments, places you no longer vibe with. You say, I don't really have to go to that place anymore. I don't want to absorb a certain energy. I don't enjoy this anymore. So what things from your past that used to give you pleasure or that you used to connect with now just don't resonate with you anymore? You're already seeing it from a different perspective. Okay? And you're starting to follow your own path. I mean, I think there's a Pisces here who's starting to follow and listen, right? Let's say to be loyal to their spirit to be loyal to their instinct and move forward with what that instinct tells you, right? He's at a point where he's trying new things, opening up to new experiences, right? That's why I say there's a very important break with what's familiar, with the past, and with what you know. Let's see where this reading goes and how the arcana connect with each other. There may also be some conversations with people from your past. These are clarifying conversations. Or also clearing things up with someone. You'll surprise more than one person with your way of expressing yourself, with what you're going to communicate. Sorry, the cards slipped out of my hands. With what you're going to express, right? Maybe you also have an important message to announce. You have justice here, so much decision-making energy. The Two of Swords, the Devil, the Lovers. Good. This has a lot to do with what we've talked about the past, about relationships in general, connections, friendships. It can also be about ex-partners. But you are at a moment where you are opening up completely, where all that repression, those blockages, those attachments to the past, those emotional attachments, fears or worries about opening up, about communicating, about expressing a truth, this is what's coming to an end in your life. Because the energy of decision is very strong. That's why you're coming out of this place of uncertainty, of doubts, of overthinking. Should I say it or not? What happens if, for example, I post this photo? What might someone else think? Prejudices, social prejudices, if there have been any, right? So you've realized that all of this was a shadow. This was a shadow from your past, right? Maybe they were fears. They were fears of exposure or of expressing yourself in a different way, in a different manner. The past gave you security. That's why there was a kind of attachment there, okay? It also gave comfort. And maybe in the past there was an energy there. Maybe something more passive like, well, I don't get involved. I don't take action, or I don't open up, or I don't communicate it. I prefer to avoid it, like distancing myself from the situation and moving on to something else. Now, things have changed, right? The situation has changed here. And the energies are balancing out, and you're making big decisions, firm decisions, breaking through blockages, breaking through limits, through self-imposed limits. But this has led you to recognize something very deep, to recognize and see your own shadow face to face. What was it that was driving you? What were you tying yourself to? Right? Were you giving power to some external situation? Were you giving power to another person? Were you giving power to a situation? Today, things change. That's why I say it. You are very firm about what you want. That's why this change in mindset is here to break old molds. You are at a moment of letting go of old ways of thinking. You are at a moment of breaking free from ways of thinking that may have been very rigid, or like, this has to be this way, and I am this way, and I have to express myself this way. Today, you can feel that freedom of expression. You can feel that liberation. And I feel that it's going to bring you a lot of pleasure and a lot of well-being, realizing that you've been able to overcome a pattern, okay? And start to decide, start to choose. What do you want? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be with? Where do you see yourself? Let's see what else we have. Dear Pisces, energy. General and available. You have the Hermit here. It's like wands. And the Emperor, the Hanged Man. It's pretty clear that your perspective on life has changed. I know the situation hasn't been easy because maybe you've gone through something a bit uncomfortable with other people, but it was necessary. It has led to some self-questioning, to start seeing yourself from a different perspective. And it's important in certain situations when you have the ability to step back from the situation and look at how you're acting. In certain situations, especially social ones, I sense that you're now, Pisces, not only different on a mental level and very sure of your decisions and your truth, but also very wise, because you've had the ability to see yourself here. To see yourself deeply, to illuminate your inner self, to face what you had been keeping inside, to also face your fears, to face what other people might not dare to see. And you have had the ability to do it here. This is what has aligned you with your truth, with a new outlook on life, with a new belief. And I feel that you are going to defend it. That's why I notice you're setting boundaries now. Boundaries with certain people, or that you are defending what you feel, defending your position, defending your beliefs, and defending your outlook on life. Because I feel that with that vision, you really feel secure.
No. Mm.
So those things are being left behind. Those situations to which you have given power, you have fed them. They have had power in your life. Those images from the past. Above all, they can be authority figures. They can be people who had a very strong presence. Now, this Pisces is also setting a boundary with that authority figure, because you are taking on the role of authority yourself based on your wisdom. Okay. You will be letting go. There's no doubt. You will be letting go of those blockages, those fears, those repressed emotions too, because they were ego blockages. You'll feel it. I sense you're in transition. Like you're already open to something totally new. Okay? Something totally different. Yes. So stay open. Open to what's coming, Pisces. Let's see. Pisces. What do we have from the Oracle? What's the message? What does the Oracle have for you now? Pisces, you have the Kalimbo here. Its keyword is intuitive. It tells you, listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition, since you have a way of knowing. Step out of your busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Dear Pisces, this is what we have seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.